Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Automation with Arnav. Hello, I am Arnav. Hope you guys are doing very well. So today we will learn, as you guys can see in my screen, that learn automation testing for Selenium. Okay, so Selenium is one of the most popular automation tool for web application testing. Okay, so before starting this conversation, before starting this tutorial actually, so one thing I just want to clarify you guys that so this video is for a person actually, so who doesn't have any idea about the automation testing, just only they have idea. I am assuming that before starting this tutorial you guys have some little bit idea of writing code in Java, which is the most popular way to write code for automation testing using Selenium. Okay, so let's start about this one. So before start, as I mentioned that, so if a person who doesn't have any experience in automation testing, they can also learn from this video, or if you have any experience in automation testing, you want to learn how you can start your automation journey with Selenium, so that you can also see this video. Okay, so first is that what is automation testing. Automation testing is that the application of a software tool to automate the human driven manual process of reviewing and validating the software product. When we are doing a manual testing, what we are doing, we are actually reviewing and validating the software or the product. Actually the same thing whatever we are doing as a during our manual testing, same thing we will do using software tools to automate that process actually. So that's called automation testing. So there are different type of automation testing is available, that is web application automation testing, mobile application automation testing, API automation testing, database, there are a lot of things actually. So for web application there are a tool like Selenium, Cypress, Playwright. Okay, for mobile automation testing, mobile application testing, actually mobile application automation testing, there is the APM, so and there is the Eggplant. Okay, for API automation there is the REST Assured, there is other tools also. Okay, so let's start with the Selenium. So what it is, so if you are a QA, okay, or a tester, manual tester, so I think most of the people we heard about Selenium. So we have a question that if you are starting your journey as a QA or an automation tester, so we heard about Selenium. What is Selenium? Selenium, everywhere you can heard that name. This is one of the most popular automation tool actually. Okay, you guys can see in the LinkedIn also, so many people they are talked about Selenium. Okay, so if you want to start your journey with Selenium, okay, so you guys can see this video. Okay, so for this one, what I am going to tell that what is Selenium and how it works actually. So Selenium is a automation tool actually which support all the major browsers available in the market, like Chrome, Edge, Opera, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, all the things. So, okay, so what it is actually, so there is a concept of WebDriver. What WebDriver is that? What is WebDriver? WebDriver is an API, okay, and there is a protocol that defines a language neutral interface for controlling the behavior of a web browser. Okay, that is Selenium actually. So using WebDriver and a protocol, and also there is a using these two things actually, it control the behavior of a browser. Whatever we are doing manually, same thing it will do. So we in the browser, what we can do that we can enter some value in a text box, we can click on any button, we can click on any links. Okay, we can scroll, we can find, we can select, we can copy, all those things we can do using Selenium. Okay, so each of the browser is backed by a specific WebDriver that is called a driver, that is provided by the particular company or that particular web browser. Okay, and what I can tell, there are a lot of things. I will share this this PPT with you guys so that you guys can understand all of these things. So, and another important thing is that Selenium setup is quite different from other commercial tools actually. Before start Selenium code using Java or Selenium support, another very good thing is Selenium support different languages also, like Java. You can write code using Java, you can write code using C#, you can write code using Ruby, Python, and JavaScript also. Okay, so before you start writing your code, you have to add the libraries. Particular libraries are there for your language choice, based on your language choice actually. Okay, so let's see how Selenium works actually, that I have told you guys as a theory. So this is the structural way how Selenium works. Okay, when you write a code using for Selenium, for Selenium actually, Selenium script actually, using any of the language, so it is actually sending that script, is calling actually that WebDriver API. Okay, and from WebDriver API, it's using the W3C protocol. It is actually controlling that, making a call to the browser using that browser driver. As I mentioned, that is a different browser drivers are available for different type of browsers. For Chrome, there is a Chrome driver. For Edge driver. For Mozilla Firefox, there is a Gecko driver. For Safari driver is available. Okay, so in current days there are a lot of versions are there. So in the most recent, there is a 4.6 version is available for Selenium. Okay, so I'll showcase whatever the tutorial using Selenium 4.6. okay, so let's start. So before writing your first Selenium script, as I mentioned, that you have to download some libraries and you have to install those libraries, something like that. So the most important thing is that you have to make sure that your computer is ready to write, okay, to write your automation script. Okay, so first thing, as I mentioned already, that I'll showcase here to write this Selenium tutorial will be on Java. Okay, so first thing is that if the Java is not installed in your system, please download the Java from this link, or you can Google it, okay, to download Java. So you guys can get the proper link. Okay, so once you download the Java, install the Java. Okay, once you complete your installation, then what you guys can do, that you guys can go to this PC. This my machine is Windows 11, so I'm expecting that most of our current system users, they are using either Windows 11 or Windows 10. If you are using Windows 7 also, it's totally fine for you. Okay, just go to your this PC or my computer, go to show more option or the properties. Okay, so once you go there, you can click on this advanced system setting. From here you can go to environment variables. Okay, you have to do two things. Okay, first what you have to do, you have to add the Java home. Just click here, new, write the variable name as a Java underscore home. Okay, and what will be the value? The value will be, go to the Java installation path, program files, Java. Okay, till the JDK, I am using JDK 1.8. till the JDK, you guys can give the path till the JDK. Please remember, till the JDK, not up to the bin. Okay, till the JDK you have to add. This is already added, this one you guys can see that. And go to the path, select this path. Okay, select the path, just see very carefully, select the path, click on edit, add here. Okay, add here that JDK/bin, till the bin you have to add. Okay, you guys can click on the browse. Okay, go to the program files, under the C drive, Java JDK, select the bin, click on OK. So it will be added. Okay, for the people who are using Windows 7, what they have to do, they can do, just go to the program from this PC, go to the local drive C, program files, Java JDK till bin, copy this path and you have to paste it here. Okay, so you guys can, like that you guys can add. Okay, if you are the only owner of your system, you guys can add this path or this Java home under the system variable. If you are using your office system, okay, so then you have to add all these two things under user variable. You guys can see that under user variable there is a top option. The top section is for user variable, for a particular user. So might be if you are using your system from provided from your organization, you don't have to access to add or edit this section, the system variables. Then for your user, you guys can add here, okay, the Java home and the path, so it will work. And it is the same process you guys can add. If you are facing any challenges regarding this one, just do a comment on this video, I'll try to help you guys. Okay, once you added this one, next step is that, okay, so download Eclipse or IntelliJ. Here in this video I'll showcase you using the IntelliJ, because IntelliJ is more useful in the current days. More people they are using IntelliJ rather than using the Eclipse. Okay, so if you are facing any challenges, I will provide the link for Eclipse and IntelliJ both, from where you guys can download Eclipse and IntelliJ in the video description. Okay, once you install you can directly install or you can directly download the zip, and after that you can extract that one. For Eclipse, for IntelliJ you have to download and you have to install the IntelliJ. Okay, once you will done with the installation, you have to open the IntelliJ. Okay, so as of now what you have to do, two steps you have to do that. First you have to download the Java, then install the Java, set the environment variable path, then download the Eclipse or IntelliJ, whatever ID you want, okay, and install that one. Okay, if you are facing in this section any problem, any issues, just do a comment on this video, I'll try to help. So as I already mentioned that here for this tutorial I will use IntelliJ for the tutorial, so I have opened the IntelliJ for me. Okay, so and another thing I am mentioning here for you guys, that you guys can see other tutorials that where you can directly download the jar and you can add those jar in your path, project path, and you can start using that one. But I am not showing that part. So whatever I am showing in this tutorial, so that you guys can start, after watching this video, this tutorial, you guys can start directly work for your project. Okay, directly you can directly use for a live project. Okay, this is the way we are using in the live project. We are not directly download and adding the jar in the path. Okay, so what you have to do that, as I have showed you there, go to the file, new project. Okay, so and go to the Maven archetype, give the name Selenium Java tutorial. I have given this name. Okay, and I have select the JDK. Okay, and I'm not giving any archetype, I'm just simply create. Okay, it's not allowing me. Okay, simple one. Okay, so not this one. Okay, so this one we can add Maven archetype quick start. Just see carefully this one, quick start, create. So this new window, this is a fresh window, it has been created. So it has been already created the POM file. Okay, you don't have to create the POM file or POM file at all, new POM file. Just we have to add the dependency. So the people who doesn't have idea what is Maven and all, so Maven is a project, is a tool that using that one you can handle your project. This is a build tool. Okay, so without Maven, what we have to do, that we have to add all the Java libraries separately. We have to download the libraries and we have to add those libraries. Libraries means the jar files into your project. So suppose think that in your organization, or you are working in an organization where multiple people they are working in a single project. So once you will give your project to any other people, so you have to give all the jars also. Okay, so it's very hectic thing to maintain and all. Or also once you will add your project in the CI/CD pipeline and all, it's very difficult to handle all of those cases. Okay, that's why this Maven help us a lot in this case to add the libraries, to maintain the project in a proper way. Okay, that is Maven. There are a lot of videos, a lot of tutorial you can find in the internet to see what is Maven and how it's work. This is a basic idea I have given to you. Okay, so what we have to do, that we have to download, we have to get the dependencies and we have to add in this pom file, pom.xml file. So this is the pom.xml file where we from using this file, actually this XML file, this is the configuration XML file. Using this configuration XML file we can control the project actually. Okay, we can make our configuration. Okay, so you guys can already see that there is a JUnit dependency they have added. So what it is, so once you add this kind of dependency, so it will automatically, based on your version you have given, it will download that particular jar and also the related jars. Okay, sometimes what happens that once you add a single jar, it requires other jars also. It depends on other jars. So you add, if you don't know of whatever the jar is required, so when you add that particular, you know only the particular jar you want to work with. So once you add that jar, you will get an exception that this class is missing, because internally it is referred to any other class. That class is not inside that jar. It's requires another jar. So after that you have to Google it, you have to find that what is the jar for that particular class, then again you have to download that jar, you have to add it again. You can get that kind of error multiple times. To avoid those kind of scenarios, that's why we can use this Maven, or there is another option, is that there is Gradle. Okay, so for Selenium also, Selenium requires some other jars also. If you in the earlier days what we have to do, that so we have to write down all the required jars for Selenium, and we have to download all the jars separately, and we have to add those jars. If you have to change any version, we have to make sure that all the jars version is also getting updated. Otherwise all the reference jar, if we didn't update the reference jar, it will not work. Okay, so how to find this dependency? Just open your browser, go to Google, Selenium dependency, just search for it. You will get the Maven repository link. Open this one, this Selenium Java one. Okay, if you open this one, you will find like this. Just go to Selenium Java, the version you required, based on your requirement you can use that version. I am going to show you guys that's the latest one, that's released on November 4th 2022. So just copy this one and paste it here. So you guys can see there's this kind of icon here. If you click on this one, so in the below section you can see that it's actually downloading the thing. Okay, so it is downloaded now. Okay, you can check here under the external libraries. You can see that all the required jar, this much jar he has been downloaded, it's required actually. Okay, so just think that all these jars were required actually. Okay, for this one, all the jars is automatically downloaded, all of these things, using this dependency. This is the flavor of Maven actually. Okay, so your project is ready, your dependency has been added. Now this is the time to write your first script. Now if you can see, this is the documentation of the Selenium. Okay, so here what they have mentioned, that first you have to install the library. So I have chosen Java. Okay, so they have mentioned that you have to add the dependency, Maven dependency in your project's pom.xml, that we have already done. We are done with our changes. Next is that install the driver. So there is a huge change happen. Okay, so earlier, before the Selenium 4.6 released, has been before the Selenium 4.6 till 4.5, and as of now also they are already also what you can do, that as I mentioned, that different type of vendors, they are releasing the drivers for different browsers actually. Okay, and you have to download that browser, you have to place that driver to the system property, and you have to give that path. Okay, so from now onwards, this is an hectic task. So just thought that you are using Chrome for your web automation. So when if you have an update in your Chrome browser and you have updated your Chrome, then you have to check that proper driver for that particular Chrome version. Okay, and you have to download and you have to replace that Chrome driver for your web automation. So to avoid all of these things, to avoid these maintenance tasks, they have introduced a Selenium manager from Selenium 4.6. There is a separate video I have already made on this one. You guys can, if you want, you guys can see that video. Here I am not talking about that in detail about what is a WebDriver Manager and all of these things, but we will do here using, we will use WebDriver Manager here for installing the drivers actually. Okay, so in the other way, how you can do that one, download Chrome driver. If you search like that, you will get this link. From here you can download the Chrome. Before that, just go to the help, about Chrome, check the Chrome version. Okay, based on that one, download the driver. Okay, this is your driver, and this is the driver for Windows, this is for Mac, this is for ARM processor with Mac, this is the Mac with Intel processor, this is for Linux. Okay, so I'm not showing that process. Okay, I'll give this Chrome driver link with the video description, so that if you guys want, you guys can download that one. Okay, so now I'm not going to the detail as I mentioned that for WebDriver Manager, but I'll give you a just brief idea of what is WebDriver Manager. As I already mentioned that it was a very hectic process or a maintenance effort. It was required, is required actually, not was, that you have to first, as I have shown you guys, that you have to check your browser version. Then based on your browser version, you have to download the proper driver. If we are taking Chrome as an example, which is the most used browser actually, so you have to check the Chrome version. Based on that, you have to download that one. Once your Chrome get updated, you have to check the check the Chrome browser version. Based on that, you have to download that one. Suppose for my case, if you guys can see that, the version is 107. Okay, so for me, I have to download this one. Again, when it will be updated to Chrome 108, then I have to download this one, and I have to replace my old Chrome driver with the newest one. Okay, so this is a continuous maintenance effort is required for that one. To avoid this scenario, they have introduced a WebDriver Manager. So using WebDriver Manager, what it will do, it will automatically identify your browser version. First, it will automatically identify your browser version. Then based on your browser version, it will identify which driver is required, driver version is required. After that, in the third process, it will download the driver automatically, and after that it will place that driver into your cache of your system, and in the fourth process, it will automatically set that path for in your code, so that you don't have to do all of these things. This all 4 steps will be taken care by WebDriver Manager. So they have a plan that in future, if you go here, WebDriver Selenium Manager, there is a blog they have introduced here. What they are planning, that in future binaries can be found directly if the driver is also not the browser is also not installed. They will install the browser also. Okay, something like that. This is it. Okay, for to use this WebDriver Manager, you have to use this WebDriver Manager Bonnie Garcia. This particular import you have to do. Okay, to get this one, we have to use a particular type of dependency is required. Okay, let's search for this one, Maven dependency. Okay. This is the latest one. This is on the 4th November they have released, means the same day when the Selenium released the 4.6, and we have to add this one into your pom.xml file. Once you add this one, again you guys can see this icon. So what it is saying that load Maven changes. If you click on this one, in the below you can see that reading Maven project. Okay, if you guys have any doubt till this process, just do a comment on this video and don't skip the video. If you are new in the QA automation and if you are a new person who is learning Selenium, please don't skip all of these things. I know that it's pretty late that I didn't start yet the coding part, but you have to know these things, otherwise it will be very difficult for you in future, that why you are doing this, what is the purpose of doing these things and all. Okay, so don't skip this video, skip this part actually, not video. Okay, so it has been downloaded. Now this is the time to write the first script. Okay, so I am not going to add any Java file. So as I already mentioned that I am assuming that you guys have a little bit idea on how to write Java program and all. Okay, so here I am going to add my Java class under the test. Okay, so there are some example they have added, one example file they have added, so I am deleting this one. Delete. Okay, so if you don't find any proper package or a package, you guys can create a new package. Okay, from here, otherwise there is a package already added, so I'm adding a new class, Java class. Okay, so Selenium tutorial 01. Okay, the class I have added. So I am adding main method here. I am not going to use I am not going to use any testing your JUnit, nothing. Okay, first I will do using the main method. Okay, so I am following the Selenium documentation. This is the correct way, this is the most efficient way to learn anything. Just follow the documentation. I know sometimes a little bit hard to understand how you can use, how you cannot use like that. So here I am guiding you guys on how you can use the Selenium documentation to start your learning process about Selenium. Okay, so what they are asking, that first there is an option first script. Okay, the first script they didn't do anything. So first is that install drivers. So here use this thing. Okay, so this is the earlier way, so I'll come to this part. So once you add these things, there is a red color it's showing, means that the proper import is not available, the references are not available. If you just hover your mouse, you can see import class option is coming. If it is not coming, means that the jar is not added properly. Okay, so it has been added. So in these two line number 9 and line number 11, what it is, in line number 9 we are saying we are calling the WebDriverManager, that class, as a static method. It's called ChromeDriver dot setup. When we are calling this method, the fourth step I have told you, that fourth step happen. Again I am telling that first it will identify your browser version. Next is that based on your browser version, it will identify the Chrome drive, that particular driver version for that particular browser. Third step, it will download the driver and it will place into the cache. In the fourth step, it will add that path into your system.get property, so that you can use to launch the browser, you can access the browser. Next is that the line number is same, you are creating the Chrome driver object, and which is a driver type, WebDriver type variable. Okay, so this is your driver object. Okay, you can give this name as anything. I am just giving the driver name, the variable name, reference variable name as a driver, so that we can understand properly. Next step is that driver.get. So what is this method? Driver.get means that in this method, if whatever the URL we will pass here, so this URL will open in your particular browser. Here we are going to use Chrome driver first, so it will open the Chrome. It will open the Chrome, and in a browser it will open that google.com, https://google.com. So in the .get method, what it will do, it will launch the Chrome and it will open that URL. Okay, so let's run this code. Right click on here, run the Selenium, this main method. Let's see what happens. Chrome has been launched, and you can see that google.com has been opened. Okay, your code has been processed, finished, but it didn't close the browser. Why, I'll tell later. So this is your first script, very first script, okay, to launch Chrome and open google.com. If I commented out this line, so what will happen? Let's see, let's run the code again. So this is the way to learn actually new thing. So just whatever the doubt is coming into your mind, just try to comment that line, what you do. If you don't know what it is happening, why it is happening. So what happened earlier, I told that whenever you are calling this method, it actually open the driver and it will load that particular URL. So if we commented out this line, it will not execute. So what it will, if I am only writing this line number 11, we are creating the Chrome driver, and which I am storing that driver object into a reference variable, which is the type of WebDriver. Okay, so it will launch the Chrome only, it will not open any website. When you write this using this method driver, the reference variable name driver dot get, okay, and in the bracket you have to pass the URL you want to open in your browser. That URL, it will open that URL, okay, for you. So this is the very first script of Selenium. Just try to do this one as of now, okay, and if you are facing any problem, just let me know, just do a comment on this video, okay, I'll try to resolve your issues. Okay, so next go into little bit at deep down. Okay, so in the next level what we will do that, okay, we will learn little bit more. So as I already told you guys that we will follow the Selenium documentation. So let's go to the Selenium documentation. Okay, so it has been opened. So this part we have already learned, that to how to start the session. This is the part to start the session. This is the way to open any URL or any website in your browser. Okay, so next what it is, so request browser information. Okay, so we will get the title, how to get the title of a particular URL. Okay, so next is that I'll create again there is another class, I'll create Selenium tutorial 2. Okay, so before starting that one, so as of now whatever you have understand, please try to do by yourself, okay, in your computer. If you are using Windows or a Mac machine or a Linux system, just try to do this thing as of now, whatever I am doing as of now. If you are facing any challenges as of now, please do a comment on this video, or I'll give my email ID. You guys can directly email to me also. Okay, and after this session I will give a small task, or task you can say that one, so that I'm asking you guys to do that one. Okay, and if you want, you can share, you can give the feedback to me, you can send an email to me, or you guys can do a comment on this video. Okay, so that I can understand that you guys can, or you guys can able to do that task. Again I am creating the main method. Okay, so what they have suggested that, again what first I'll do that, what I'll create the WebDriverManager, okay, for Chrome driver setup. Okay, and okay, next driver Chrome driver. Class and I will not share this code with you guys. If you have any doubt, if you want to see what I am writing, pause the video, see what I am writing, just see based on your watching, just try to do yourself, because if I'm sharing this code, you guys will download this code and you guys will try in your home by yourself. That is the not correct way. Okay, once you will face the challenges, you will face the exception, you will face the error, then you guys will understand the pain and you will learn how to fix those issues actually. Okay, first is that, okay, to get, okay, I'll use this URL that Selenium has given for testing purposes. Next is that what they have told, that to get the title. Title means that when we are opening a browser actually, so in the top, this is the title bar of our browser here. Okay, that write your first Selenium script, Selenium. So we need that information. Okay, so how we can get that title? There is a method is available, get title. Driver means that WebDriver object, the reference variable, WebDriver reference variable dot get title, just like this one. This method, what it is will do opening browser. Okay, get title. Okay, if you want to print that one, so this is not necessary all the reference variable like title, string, title. This is not the fixed thing. You guys can give your name also. Okay, next is that very important thing that is establishing a waiting strategy, using a waiting strategy. What it is, I'll explain in detail about the waiting strategies, okay, in the later part, in the next video actually. Okay, so here I'm going to use this thing. So what it is, I'm just giving you a brief idea. So when we, what happened? Okay, I'll check this one. Okay, so first let me explain this one. So when we load our any URLs, when we are loading a URLs into the browser, so what happens when we are trying to interact with a particular element means that anything you can see in a browser, like that. If I am taking, so this link, suppose I am loading this URL and I am trying to do any operation, I want to click on this waiting strategies. Okay, so but what I will do that before loading, so when I'm trying to interact with this, I'm trying to click on this waiting strategies, it has not been loaded. So what it will do, it will throw an error. Okay, so what happened, so what we can do, so we can wait till it has been loaded. Okay, after that we will click on that. So same thing, essentially you want to make sure that the element on your page before you attempt to locate it, and the element is interactable state before you attempt to interact with it. Okay, so let's see what happened. Seconds. 10 seconds. So you guys can see that this is an error, and I am try to fix this one live. Okay, what it was giving me, I am just using that one, clicked on that one, so fixed. So implement pardon for the spelling mistakes. Okay, so next is that to locate an element. Okay, the process of to locate an element is here to find an element. Okay, so how to do that one? Okay, so how you can do that one? Open the URL, new browser. Okay, and suppose you want to type something here. Before type something, you have to locate, you have to identify this element, this text box. Okay, so how you can do that one? Just first left click on this, the element you want to do, then right click on that element, click on inspect. This bar will open. Maybe you can see that this bar will open like this. You can click on this vertical dot and click on this one, so it will come into the below section. Okay, then you can see the HTML thing. Okay, HTML code. If your code has ID or name, any attribute, you can use that one. So I'll explain these things in detail in the next video. Okay, where I will explain the locator strategies and all. Okay, but for now you can use all these attributes like name of a tag, actually, like class, name, ID, my prop, whatever the attributes are available. Here I am going to use ID. Okay, so what is the ID? I text, I'm copying this one, and let's see what they have done. Okay, so they have used name. I'm going to use ID. You guys can use name also, ID also, and the CSS selectors also. Okay, let's see. And you have to create a variable which is type of web element text box. I'm giving the variable name and driver dot find element. This method you have to call, then by dot ID. Okay, pasting the ID. So what it will do, it will locate the element by using this ID that I have provided. Okay, so and it will, this is your element. After when it will able to find, and using this element you can do your operations. Like there is a method send keys. Send keys means if you want to type anything in a text box, you have to use send keys method. Suppose sample text I want to type. So this is the way you can interact. Next is that if I want to click on this submit button, okay, what I can do, again, if I'm hovering my mouse or hovering my mouse for button, I cannot click. Okay, just place my mouse after upon the element, right click on that one, click on inspect. I can get the details of the particular element. Okay, so what I can use, let's see what they have used. They have used CSS selector. Okay, CSS selectors they have used. For this one or not. is second product there is selectors. There is a button is there. Okay, so that's okay. So make it easy for you guys. So whatever we can see, we can use that one. Let's try to use this. Okay, let's first leave this one. Okay, try to use any other thing. Let's try to click here. Okay. Index. There is nothing else available. Okay, let's use this one. Then the next is that to get something from the text file, from the message. Suppose if I am adding something and submitting here, so received, this message is coming. So to get this message, what we can do, again right click here. So there is a P method, the ID is available, ID message. Okay, what we can do again, that is an element message, sorry, try FindElement ID, oh, sorry, message, this is the ID. And what we can do, string, I can directly print. Okay, println message is the element dot get message, sorry, not get message, get text, that's the method. So it will return the text is available here. Text means that this one, the text is available inside a tag actually. Okay, not the attribute details. Okay, so next is that to close the session, to end the session, which is the method driver.quit. The method you have to call. There is another method driver.close, I'll come later part. Okay, what is the purpose of that one? So driver.quit. Okay, now let's run this code. Okay, so it has been done perfectly. Okay, let me So one doubt you guys have that how they can use this CSS selector as a button. Okay, let's go here. There is another process to identify an element. Click here this icon, then once it will get blue, click here any of that icon. So after that you can use this one. So if you click on this button, if you see here in the CSS part, okay, you guys can see that there is a button is available. Okay, CSS name is button, that's why they have used button as a CSS selector. So as of now, this is the way to start your journey with Selenium. Okay, I am little bit try to explain what is Selenium and what is the latest way to launch install the libraries and the drivers and all. Okay, so this is the part one of this video. In the next part we will learn in a detailed level about the locator strategy, about the wait strategies. Okay, and other than that like that, how to handle the different tabs, how to handle the alerts, so many things are available. Okay, how to click on how to select the select the value in the select drop down menu. Okay, how to upload the file, all of these things. So for you guys, there is a task that try to add a value here in the password, try to value in the text area. Okay, so this is the two tasks. Try to launch these things, or there is another task you guys can do that one. Try to launch google.com. okay, just google.com, try to click on accept all. Okay, and then try to search here. Okay, Selenium and all of these things. Okay, so this is the task. If you guys are facing any challenges to set up your environment, make sure that your system is ready. Okay, all of these things, or if you are facing any challenges in your writing your first script, just do let me know. Just do a comment on this video, or you guys can directly email to me with the code. Okay, and I'll try to get back to you and I'll try to help you guys. So I'm not uploading this code again. I am saying that pause the video, check whatever I am writing. That's why I'm giving all the comments for all the lines actually, so that you guys can understand. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, okay, just to share with other people so that they can also learn. Okay, and please do subscribe my channel also. Okay, and thank you.